All right, welcome everyone to another live recording of the Managing Partners podcast. I'm Kevin Daisy, your host. I'm also the founder of Array Digital. We exist to help law firms with their digital marketing and help them grow their case pipelines. Today, it's Friday, as I'm recording this, I got a special guest from London, but she is here in the U.S., to talk about her firm. Deborah Marsh, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I love the accent. I'm going to enjoy that.
I guess
So you're
literally until they live with me. So, and then they hear me all the time.
well, I can listen to you. So you're an attorney here in the United States, and you're from London. So I'm interested to hear, what was your journey to becoming an attorney?
It was a long one.
And how you got started.
Yeah, it was a long journey and lots of twists and turns. So as a kid, I wanted to be an attorney. My mum wanted me to be an attorney. They said I talked a lot. I argued a lot. You need to be an attorney, Deborah. And then I loved talking and I loved making people laugh and I loved socializing. And so I thought they're wrong. I need to do marketing. So I went to school initially to do public relations and marketing as my bachelor's. And then when I came over to the US, my first job was in marketing. And then weirdly, I transitioned into IT. I don't know how, and it's too long of a story. And I'm not going to bore you with the details of how I made that transition. Then I did a master's in information systems, and I'm moving along with my life as an executive doing programs and projects. And then my last job, I'm going to say, was at Citigroup, where I headed up a global program. So I'm there at Citigroup. Obama gets elected in 2008. I start Citigroup, I think 2009. I'm having a nice life. And then I read this book by Michelle Alexander called The New Jim Crow. And I read it in about 2011. And it's talking about mass incarceration of our prison system in the US. And instead of just reading it, I found it to be like a call to action. How can I help address the inequities we have in our criminal justice system? I know how. I'm going to go law school. That's what I did. Everybody thought I was crazy. I was making a very good living. I'm an executive. I was young to have that position, but not young for law school. I was old for law school. But I wanted to work in criminal justice and not just talk about it, but do something about it and get into the trenches. So that's what I did. I went to law school and I knew I didn't want to work for a firm. I knew the day I left, I was going to pick up some clients. I knew that I was going to figure out how I can attract clients. And I did by being ridiculously cheap. The first couple of clients that I had, and I made zero money, zero. It cost me to manage those first couple of cases, but from those two cases, I got referrals, and referrals are my lifeblood. So when they were incarcerated, they told their colleagues, who told their cousin, who told their brother, who told their sister, etc., etc., etc. So that's how I have built it. And I think that, and I've been successful at it because I believe in what I'm doing. Okay, let me let you ask the next question because I can keep going. As I told you, they said to be a lawyer because I can talk for hours. So
No, you're fine.
Kevin, let you ask me the question.
No, you're fine. It's a great story and a unique story, and I think that's everyone's got their own little way of going about it. And the thing is, whatever it was, that book resonated with you. It struck a chord, and you found your purpose. So, And I think when anyone finds that, you're not stopping them from doing it. So, yeah, if anyone listening right now that's young and wants to do something different, or they're not sure if they want to work for an attorney or a firm or do their own thing, it's you got to like what you're doing and feel like you're doing something that's purposeful. So good on you for doing that. Not always the easiest way to go, right?
It is. And I mean, it's very tempting sometimes when I see those cases that are big settlement cases, civil cases. And I so often get tempted, like, I wouldn't have to work this hard if I could do that. But I need to do what is going to fulfill me. And so being an attorney for me is me. I am an attorney. I love the law. I love the practice of being an attorney. And I was at the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, had a dinner and gala last night, and one of the president of that organization retired, and he talked about compassionate advocacy. That just was such a beautiful characterization on something that I consider I do naturally. Each person that walks into my office or into my law firm, I'm really compassionate. And it's not just that I want to get them off the case. I want them to, I want to help them, because we do have an issue of reactivism where, they go in jail, get off, go back in jail within 2 years. And that continual cycle is what I figured that I want to help them break. So they're not just getting legal advice. I then put them on to, here is what you need to do to get your Medicaid card so that you can get some mental health service. This community college over here is doing free GED classes. Here's the information so you can get your GED, because we need to figure out how to stop the cycle. And so I'm the lawyer plus, and it's compassionate advocacy was the terminology that was used yesterday, and I'm stealing it and taking it as my own.
I love it. I think it's great that you're trying to do that. And again, you found your place and your passion, and that's where you need to be. So everyone, if you're tuning in too, you can go check out her website, learn more about what she's doing and what she's up to. It's deborahmarsh.com. That's also down at the bottom of the screen if you're watching on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook. But go take a look and see what she's all about. So I love your story. I think it's amazing. And steal that, use it.
I am. I've already stolen it.
You put it on your website's a beautiful website. You put it right at the top.
There already. So I've already emailed my website guy and said, we need a meeting this afternoon. And he hasn't.
You got to change it now.
We need to change it now. Compassionate advocacy.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like you really have to do what you love. There's a lot of lawyers who are unhappy because you do work a ridiculously amount of hours. Like there's no free time. And you are going to be working all the time. I'm always working. If I'm not working, I'm sleeping. But when I'm cooking dinner for my kids, I'm thinking about the case, and I'm thinking about what I could have done better. And I'm always messing up. I'm constantly messing up. And I'm constantly figuring out how can I do better next time. And I'm constantly reading, and I'm constantly thinking the next time is going to be the better time. And there's constant learning, and you're never, ever, ever going to know everything. And so knowing that, make sure that's what you want to do. But the law is such a powerful tool that makes sure you're doing it for something that you enjoy and can say you love. And, you know, that was what was key for me in the areas that I practice. So it's primarily 70% I'm doing criminal defense,
Yeah.
and maybe not that much, maybe like 60%. The other area that I've kind of just fallen into, didn't think I wanted to do it, was immigration. I fell into immigration. One of my clients, when I got him off of the criminal case, he didn't go home. He got picked up by immigration custody. I was like, oh, what's happening here? And in the state of Florida, it's not so much in Maryland, different counties in
You
Maryland.
practice in 2 states.
Yeah, I practice in Maryland and I practice in Florida. Yeah, after I passed one bar, I went into the bar again. I am so stupid. But yes, I did. I did the bar again, but the second bar is the UBE, so I can wave into the other states. But anyway, I practice in Maryland and I practice in Florida. And Florida jails have pacts with the with ICE, so that once a person has been released, they put an immigration hold. They have to execute that hold within 48 hours, and they pick you up and put you into immigration custody. And I was like, oh my God, my client's getting put into immigration custody. What's going on here? And
You
so,
dove into that.
yeah, so then I found myself in the immigration court. He had been here since he was 7. He was 30 years old. He knew nothing about that home country. You know, he hadn't applied for DACA, but we figured it out for how to get him to stay. So since that, I've done quite a few deportation defenses. That's a hard area of the law because it's not in the defendant's favor per se. You have to have a reason to be in the United States. You can't just say, I want to stay here. And if you don't have a reason, a legal basis, you are getting deported. Maybe we can kick the can down the road, which is what I've done in a few instances. But that's why I find that not as gratifying. I only take those cases where I know I can potentially win, you know, where the person has a legal basis for being here. Now, maybe there's other immigration lawyers, and one of them told me, don't take it so hard. We're in a area of the law where you're at 90% failure. 90% failure, that doesn't work for me. I need to have a 90%, at least have the potential to can win, right?
Can we get 50-50?
Give me 50-50. But when you told me I'm at 90% failure, I just was like, oh, this isn't for me. But I have been dealing with people with criminal convictions or criminal cases who have got deportation issues. And so I seem to be good at it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's flip the script a little bit. You mentioned a little bit about obviously you're working hard, you're doing good work, you care. Those are all great things that lead to referrals and word of mouth. What are the things? I mean, you got the website and things like that. What other things have you done from a marketing or outbound type of approach that you feel have worked?
Yeah, I need to do much more. But one of them is doing joining all the legal referral services from each of the different bar associations. So whether it be Miami or Baltimore, Prince George's County, I've joined those. I did a couple of Facebook ads, and that got me one client. I don't feel like that's enough from my Facebook ads because I did it for a while. Blogs, I mean, I know what I need to do, but Kevin, I've not done it. So I'm going to start though, and do a much better job because I definitely need to up it. But yeah, there was Facebook. As I said, it got me one client, so it wasn't enough, but definitely Google placements. I did get a lot of traction there, in fact, too much. And I don't want to hire people other than like a paralegal and maybe like one person. So that was when I first started, and I was just like, oh my God, there's too many people calling me, and I just couldn't handle the volume. And I wanted to pace myself, but maybe I'll do that again because I think those work. definitely video talks like this absolutely work. Lunch and learns work. You get a lot of people calling you after those. But I'm going to be doing some more. I'm going to be doing
Excellent.
some more.
Well, good on you. And when did you actually start out on your own and establish yourself as a practice?
2019.
So not too long ago.
Not too long ago. 2000. Yeah, I'm going to say 2000 and no, it was 2018. It's still not long ago. 3 years ago.
Still, no one starts and then starts doing blogs and SEO and advertising like
Yeah.
first year or two. So
Yeah.
you gotta get that referral base going, and work your way up. But that leads me to the next question. I was really, what is your plans for the next couple of years? Like, how do you want to grow? Not doesn't have to be in size necessarily, but what's in your mind? I know you got your head down, you're busy, but are you thinking about what the next couple of years looks like?
I am. So I absolutely want to grow now. I do want to have a bigger network. I want to expand into different markets and do more collaboration with different organizations. I wouldn't call myself a public interest law firm because I'm for profit 100%. I need money to survive.
Sure.
But as I said, it's passionate advocacy. So I want people who feel the same way I do to join the law firm. So I guess a firm of about 5 to 6 attorneys would be great. And I'm partnering with. I've got an of counsel going to be joining my law firm in the next few weeks.
Excellent.
Primarily focusing on business law. It's completely different than what I do. He's actually my business lawyer, so he does all of my tax filings and everything for me. And I thought, this is such a good idea. We should sell this to other people. Why don't we? So he's going to join my firm as of counsel, and we're going to really push him doing a lot of business law activities and build out that practice as well. But on the core function, the core capabilities of criminal and immigration, I do definitely, we're going to build that capability out and build out and have more attorneys join. And I don't ever want to have so many clients that we become like the same problem that we're running from with the public defender service, where each person has 90 clients, because I couldn't service 90 people effectively. So I never want to get to the point that we've got more than 10 clients servicing at any time.
Yeah.
And we serve them, we really serve those 10 clients. So if it be 10 new per month, yeah, because sometimes you're waiting for the case to come up for months. So it's not that you wouldn't have the bandwidth to take on anymore, but you just wouldn't want to get in a situation that you're trying to coordinate 90 clients. I don't want to ever get into that position. So it just would be a nice size of clients who we can help.
Yep. I love it. No, that's great. So that means great plans for growth. And, I think it's, you want to help and you're doing the right thing and you're trying to fix something. If you could get other people to join you that also believe that, then you're just making a bigger impact.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I was gonna say we have about 80 some clients, but we have 22 full time, and they just have to manage those clients. We don't, we had a few a month at the most.
Yeah, you got 22 people, so that's different.
Yeah, but yeah, having one attorney managing 90, that sounds overwhelming.
It does. It just does. And my friends who are public defenders, that's what they're doing, and I'm like, that's just so many people.
I wouldn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. I never want to get to that position. I want to be able to look after my clients and work for my clients and serve them as I'm supposed to. I want to serve them.
Yeah, I think at that point, are you really helping them if if you forgot something or something slipped through the tracks, and their life's in jeopardy.
I would forget something. But I just would forget something. I just know my personality.
There's so much to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Deborah, your website's down here at the bottom, damarsh.com. I think I saw your web guy already updated the tagline there. So
did he really?
Let's see.
This morning.
It looks like it. That's what I see on there. So it's Johnny on the spot. So check out the website. I love what you're doing. I like, the passion you have and what you're trying to do. But at the same time, you got plans for growth, and there's a lot more growth ahead for you, I'm sure. COVID hopefully is slowing down and we'll get back to normal, but we'll see how that goes too.
Yes. And I didn't get hit by COVID. I still had clients calling me. People was, I think, stealing more, right? There just seemed to be the same amount of clients. I wasn't hit. Most
people I talk to, and most of the business owners I talk to, and definitely a lot of attorneys that I get to interview, didn't see. Most saw a better year, an uptick in business, which is good.
So my friend who does medical malpractice, he got hit, right?
I have some personal injury and medical mal that had some slowdown.
But everybody else was fine, I think. Everybody else was fine.
Totally agree.
I really enjoyed talking to you, Kevin.
Yeah.
And, do check out my website, everyone, damarsh.com. Law firm of Deborah Marsh. Crazy Deborah is licensed in Maryland and Florida. So that's it.
Well, thanks for sharing your story. If anyone, hopefully you picked up some lessons from Deborah, her passion and desire to help people, I'd say is the big story. And you don't have to be an attorney, right out of school, right out of high school. So, she had a different path, and I think everyone's got their own little journey that they go through. So thanks for sharing that. Your episode will be up soon on our website, as well as all the other platforms, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Also, the web address down here, arrayedlaw.com/podcast. We'll have that up soon. Deborah will have her own page. We'll feature that and get it out to everyone as well. We also have a new newsletter coming out, which is the Managing Partners newsletter. That'll feature different people like Deborah as well. So we'll be sending that out to anyone that's been a member of the show. And others, if you want to join that newsletter, please reach out to us. For us, if you're interested in any help with digital marketing, some of the things that Deborah is hoping to do in the future, that's what we do. So definitely check us out at arrayedlaw.com. Reach out to my company or me personally, and I'll connect you to the right people. But that's it. Other than that, again, you might not be listening on a Friday, but it's a Friday afternoon when we're recording this. So if it's not Friday, have a good day. Deborah, anything else?
No, enjoy your weekend. Don't get too drunk, but have a cocktail.
All right. You heard it here. Don't get in trouble. If you do, call Deborah.
If you're in trouble, call me.
Call Deborah if you're in Maryland or Florida. Deborah, just stay on with me. I'll hit stop on this. But everyone else, thanks for joining the show. We'll see you again soon.